Okay, people, if you just watched our Chicago video, our recap from the doing time at Joliet race, we pretty much came immediately back from Chicago to California and went to Thunderhill for our second race of the year at that track. Before we even got there, Jeff and I are driving up to the track in our trusty Ford E250 cargo van, and it's got this problem where when it gets wet, the right front brake sticks on solid. We have no idea what's going on with that.
It doesn't make any sense.
But we had to stop, and under the shade of a mini mall tree, tried to take the front wheel off, and of course one of the studs was stripped, and we couldn't get that off, and it was just all kind of terrible and very LeMons-ic.
Yeah, so I think we should replace the Ford E250 with like a Mercedes Sprinter, you know, because it's so much lower running costs and such great German reliability. Now, one of the key features of Thunderhill is, of course, the track president, David Vodden.
Yeah.
David Vodden is an amazing guy. He's a great promoter. It's a great track. He does a good job.
Yeah.
But he does have one, shall we call it a peculiarity. David loves to talk on the public address system. And talk and talk.
So this is something that's well known by us and our participants, but this is the first time ever where one of the team members came to me and actually said that the constant PA talking was a safety concern, because if there ever was actually an emergency, people have so much toilet paper stuffed in their ears they would never know that the apocalypse was coming.
Now the other thing that Thunderhill likes to do is they like to make their own t-shirts. They ask us, can we make t-shirts for your thing and sell them? We don't care. Yeah, fine, knock yourselves out. But of course, being a racetrack, there is only one type of artistic, graphical approach that racetracks and racing people can have, and it's that. What is this about? I don't understand what I'm seeing here. Okay, so this is the Arse-Sweat-Apalooza, and that's almost spelled right, actually.
Almost.
Only one consonant off. But back here, it is the Apalooza Ares race team.
This is something that we didn't even discover right away, and about halfway through the day on Sunday, somebody took it. What in the world is? What in the name of Kragen's Auto Parts is happening back there?
Something having to do with a Palooza and then ours, maybe.
Apalooza, Ars race teams.
Arse-Palooza, our racing team. No, that's not it.
That's not even how you spell Appaloosa.
Now, we usually don't talk about winners because, of course, who cares? But, you know, every now and then something stunning happens. This time, Class B was won by the Snowspeeder Pilots Association. Yeah. Which, if you knew these guys, it's amazing that they can even make it to the track.
Yeah.
So, winning Class B, fabulous guys.
Car is but terrible.
And Class C, even more amazing, the Easy Porsche. Now, admittedly, this is a Porsche 914 with a hot-rodded, liquid-cooled motor built by professional auto mechanics, so it should always be dominating. However, this is the first time they have not blown up 7 motors in a single weekend.
No, I literally asked their team captain, Jim, who runs a Porsche salvage yard that's been around forever, how many engines have you actually gone through? And he honestly didn't know. They finished like 18th overall and easily won Class C.
So once again, we did the I Love poll process, which is the judges during tech. They identify a handful of cars that they think the theme is so great, the costumes are so great, whatever it is, it's really working. Those guys get to start the race on pole.
And once the race did start, we had one of what has happened several times before, a LeMons marriage proposal. Now, this was done in traditional fashion where your fiancé, your wife-to-be, is in the car. You have it black flagged. When she comes in, oh, I don't even know what I did. You get down on one knee and propose. Very sweet. Congratulations.
You know, we don't know how many of these marriages have endured. I'm thinking not a lot.
The special award was the Get Off My Lawn Award, which went to these kids and their Ford Torino. Now, the name of the award, there are 2 movies in which a Ford Torino is prominent. One of them is The Big Lebowski. The other one is the movie Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood. Point being, these kids brought this big, terrible land yacht of a car. It didn't have a cage, it didn't have a muffler, they didn't wake up until after noon and whatever, so on and so forth. They were working on the thing and or sleeping the whole weekend, and then finally at the very end they got it out on track. It was very triumphant.
So the judge's choice went to the Door Slammers. This was a 2-vehicle team. They had an awesome flatbed sport mini racing pickup, which kind of blew up, but that's okay. And they had a Subaru SVX, one of our favorite cars.
Yes.
And now the SVX had a couple of little problems. One of them was they had to do some repair to the radiator. They put that out on the internet, and we were immediately inundated by emails from the SVX Nation, all 3 of them, saying, "Oh, I gotta know these guys. You gotta put us in touch with these guys. They are our new heroes." So clearly, LeMons is now. I mean, we're gonna have at least a 70% uptick in business after this.
Yeah, we're going to do 40 races in 2017 thanks to SVX
Yes, it's gonna be
Nation.
8 of them will be all SVX Silhouette Series.
Organizer's choice went to Jeep Stang, which was actually a very representative and accurate team name because their car was a Jeep CJ5 with Mustang parts in it. And
Kind of surprisingly cool.
not a whole lot to say except that it was awesome.
Yeah.
So, as it turned out, just coincidentally, the Vermont Burt 1 and the Rambler were pit neighbors. And they decided, you know, we both found motors in various places on Craigslist. Let's go out in one truck to get them. Now, that's when the real adventure started. So, Corey Dickman and Jim Bauman, they hopped in a truck. The motor for the Rambler actually came out of an entire Pinto. So they were going to get the whole car, and later on they were going to give the shell of that car to Fish, because, you know, Fish likes Pintos.
And he builds cars so quickly.
Yeah, and the Nissan motor was actually in the completely opposite direction in Santa Rosa, but they figured, well, once we get the Pinto on the trailer, which was bought from some drifter kid. Now, he had it on a turbo system, and he actually gave them a dyno sheet. So, oh, I'm sorry, not the Rambler, but the Nissan. Anyway, so obesity is the #1 problem in the United States, and they show up, and it's a 101-year-old hermaphrodite, which was advertised as being 98% restored, was maybe 2% restored. I mean, literally, with like a Hong Kong, like I'm part of a triad, dragon seat covers on it. They went over there, and then, you know, now all they have is a 600-mile drive to Santa Rosa to go see the drifter kid. Miraculously, the Rambler is sort of coming together. Nissan, not so much. The hermaphrodite sourced engine was way better than the drifter kid sourced engine. Maybe that's a lesson. If your car runs, heroic fix. If your car does not run, I got screwed.
No, but Jerry Ringel, don't forget Jerry Ringel, at the end of all of that, he said, "Oh, wait, the hermaphrodite stock motor ran great, and my hot rod motor ran terrible. Maybe that's why it keeps blowing up." So speaking of I got screwed, actually, we forgot at the last Thunderhill race. Hella Shitty Racing, they had 3 incredibly terrible cars. They all blew up. They got screwed. We totally forgot to mention it in the wrap-up. We are mentioning it now.
I don't even know how we forgot that. I mean, it's not, we're pretty organized. It's not like we're just sitting around jibber-jabbering about nothing.
If I were a porn magnet, MAGNAT.
If you were, not that you are.
Wool, flickering coal gray, hand stitching, colonial uniforms.
Yeah.
Apparently the big thing is terrible Warsaw packed cars, right-hand drive.
Is this your doing?
This sounds like. Meanwhile, she's on her way to her, I don't know, whatever they do in England.
You seem to know an awful lot about the subject.
I am a published pornographer. I'll have
I
you know.
told you I'm gonna do
It's like, and some German's like, oh yeah. I just realized that the neighbors probably don't like that.
Yeah, the irony here is that Hella Shitty Racing won the I Got Screwed trophy last time. They won the Index of Effluency this time with the same 3 cars. They got a Subaru-powered dual-control Beetle, because why don't you? They have a Bricklin, because why don't you?
Yeah.
And they have a Porsche 911 with a diesel Volkswagen motor, because why don't you? Now, last time, all 3 of those cars completely blew up.
Yeah.
This time, really 2 of them completely blew up, and one of them, the Bricklin, kind of dominated. I mean, dominated for a Bricklin.
Okay, that's it. Here's LeMons in a nutshell.
USA, 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 USA.
Museum had fun.